Hello, scholars. So your big idea for your art criticism activity is there is a language of criticism people use when discussing the quality of art. Your learning targets are as followed. They are the same learning targets as before because you're building on this skill by practicing analyzing different arts. So, 6th grade learning target is I can define the formal criticism used to assess the quality of a work of art. 7th grade, I can formally and informally describe, analyze, interpret, and evaluate a work of art. And 8th grade, I can analyze a work of art using informal and formal processes to assess its quality. So this week we're going to look at graphic designers, and a graphic designer is an artist who specializes in designing typography, photo editing, and illustrating eye-catching designs to communicate an idea visually. Some things that they create are advertisements, album covers, websites, and so much more. So my friends, we're going to be looking at 2 specific principles of design, and this week we're going to look at repetition and variety, and then look at the principle of emphasis. So emphasis is the center of attention. If you look at the artwork above by Magritte, you can see the contrasting orange head is the biggest object in the picture. Therefore, it's emphasized because it is a complementary color of orange against a blue background, and it is the largest object. It also helps that it is a very odd eye-catching object. So I included a video to help us talk about emphasis. hope that helped you understand or give you a brief understanding of what emphasis is. So it's the center of attention in a work of art. Okay, so the other is repetition and variety. So if you look at the bottom artwork also by Magritte with The Raining Men, you will notice that the repetition is something repeating in a work of art. So it's the same man falling. If you look at each individual in the painting, it's the same person. The variety, however, means is the changes in visual interest. So for instance, each man is a different size and at a different distance in the painting. So let's watch this video on the principle of design using repetition and variety. So I'm going to pause the video. I'd love to go through all of them, but note that a lot of the artworks in this video have changes in color, shape, size, or even line variation, or the perspective in which something is drawn. So those are just some simple ways that you can add variety, and repetition could be something as simple as the same image over and over again, the same use of line, could even be the same object just in different perspectives. So that's a way that you can have both, and the right combination creates a very pleasing artwork. So what you're going to be looking at using repetition, variety, and emphasis is I have 3 graphic design artworks. So first I want you to start thinking about in your mind, where have you seen graphic design utilized? The next question I'd like you to answer is, which is your favorite example of graphic design out of the 3 I have above? So look at them carefully. Look at how they used emphasis. What is the center of attention? How did they use variety? How did they use repetition to get your eye to catch the artwork and pay attention to it? Your third one is, how did these graphic design artists use emphasis, repetition in their designs? Same thing. So my example is looking at Lamar's album cover, using repetition and emphasis by repeating leading lines that point directly to Kendrick. Those elements cause you to look right at him right away. Now, here's my next question. Do you think graphic design is a fine art or a commercial art? Why or why not? Do you think that graphic design artists should be held to the same recognition as someone like Van Gogh or Andy Warhol, or do you feel differently? I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions. Reach out if you have any questions or concerns.